Stewart captured a thrilling World Supercross points race. The 20-year-old Kawasaki rider earned his first series title by only 15 markers. King James comes to Canada looking to defend his crown and establish himself as the man to beat. Yamaha's Chad Reed looks to recapture a title he last won in 2003. Speedy Reedy begins this season with a renewed vigor as he chases a second World Supercross Championship. 15-time champion Ricky Carmichael looks to play spoiler in this title battle. The Suzuki rider is giving his fans one last chance to honor his career and at the same time show the world he is still the greatest. The Mobile World Supercross GP season is about to begin right now on Speed. A new season of Supercross is about to get underway as we drop the gate on the opening round of the Mobile World Supercross GP from the Rogers Centre in beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Everybody set to go racing. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross champion Jeff Emig. This year we've got two full-time riders going after the championship and one part-timer right in the middle of it. Of course, that's James Stewart, the reigning champ, Chad Reed, a former champ, and now part-timer and former champ Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah, I tell you, those guys had such a great battle, the top three title contenders from last year. Biggest thing that I noticed is they're all three rested. They're all three ready to come back and try to win again.
Before we get into the racing this season, let's show you how the points wrapped up last year in Las Vegas back in May. And as you can see, James Stewart beat Carmichael by just 15 points. And we expect another great season of competition here this year. Well, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew, Aaron Bates, who earlier today caught up with the reigning champ, James Stewart, in this Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, if you recall what happened here last year, James Stewart came into the Toronto and Vancouver rounds and dominated both of them. He showed up a much fit and healthier rider with a new bike, a new lucky number 7, a new beginning on the back of his pants, and a new beginning it was. With Ricky Carmichael racing an abbreviated season this year, James, the pressure is all on your shoulders this year. What has your team said that they expect out of you?
I mean, I don't think they expect any more than I expect out of myself. You know, I want to have a really good season. You know, I want to come out of these races on the podium and make it away to Arnhem. I feel like we got a few more weeks to make ourselves even better than what we are now. So just to come out here and get on the podium, I'll be happy.
Now, an altercation took place between you and Ivan Tedesco this afternoon. What's your side of the story?
Well, I mean, there was this little dragon's back thing, and you know, he came from the outside to the inside, and we ended up coming together. And he got the bad end of the stick, and you know, he was yelling. He was kind of pissed afterwards, and he came over and said a few words, and I was just telling him, man, I didn't do it on purpose. So you know, we handle it, and if he wants to come over here and we'll talk about it, I'm a man about it, so I'll speak to him. So it's nothing. I'm not really worried about it.
James Stewart feeling fit and confident. You're defending world champion, looking to pick up where you left off here last year in Toronto.
Well, due to that contact, Ivan Tedesco suffered injuries to his left arm and wrist area, and it looks like that'll knock him out of tonight's competition.
Yeah, definitely. I watched the incident in practice. Stewart jumped to the inside of him, seemed to be pretty aggressive, seen that it was just a practice lap, only a couple laps in. I'm sure Ivan's pretty disappointed because there's so much work goes involved just to get to the first race.
Shortly after the controversy took place, Aaron Bates spoke to Ivan Tedesco.
Ivan, when James rode up to you actually walked up to James as he was off the track in the mechanics area. Words were spoken. What exactly did James say to you?
I was just yelling at him. You know, I just let my emotions get to me, and I was just pissed off. And I don't know, it just sucks. It's just a crappy situation, and I don't know. I'm sure we'll talk and try and talk it out.
Now, is it one of those things that's going to be let down as soon as this is over, or is there something yet to come, a little bit of karma coming back his way when you're back in action?
I don't know, man. He rides like that a lot, and I mean, you can only get away with it for so long, and it just sucks. He just needs to mature a little bit and use his head, and I don't know. He'll learn sooner or later, and I don't know. That's all I got to say about it.
The superstars of Supercross have headed north of the border. We'll be back with the opening round of the Mobile World Supercross GP from the Rogers Centre in Toronto, right after these words here on Speed. Straight outside the Rogers Centre. In fact, we had snow flurries earlier today, but inside, nice and toasty, and the action heating up as we get set for round one of the Mobile World Supercross GP. Heat number one is starting to line up in the gate. Let's show you how you make it into tonight's main event with our Supercross 411. We'll have 2 heats, top 9 transferring straight to the main, and 2 coming out of the last chance qualifier to fill up our field of 20 riders for the 20-lap main event. Let's head downstairs to Aaron Bates with our Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, guys, I spoke with these guys earlier this afternoon, and I kind of asked them about how they feel about the new format of there being no more semis. A lot of them said it's going to be a lot more difficult during their heat race, but they're very excited, especially the ones that may not be as physically fit, because it's going to eliminate possibly 18 laps. And that way they can save their strength going into the main event. Some of the guys like it, some of them don't. You never know. Change can sometimes be for the best.
When the gate dropped on heat number 1, keep your eyes on the number 4, the yellow bike of Ricky Carmichael. He gets just in front of Michael Byrne. Then here comes Nick Way on the 27 slicing through.
Ricky stays to the inside and waves goodbye to everybody.
Carmichael opened up a big lead, but the battle was for second between Michael Byrne on the 26 and Chad Reed on the 22.
I think Chad Reed had a great heat race, which set him up for the main event.
But the win went to Carmichael. Here are the 9 riders going on to the main event, but before we go to there, we got to go to the victory podium with Aaron.
Well, Ricky Carmichael riding smoother than I've ever seen him ride. I got to ask you, Ricky, have you ever rode that confident ever in your life?
There's been a couple seasons where I felt really good, but you know what's awesome is I'm just having a blast this year, and just looking forward to it. You know, it's nice to just go out there and race and not have to worry about 18 weeks down the road, and having a blast. It's going to be some awesome racing.
Now, all the pressure is off your shoulders at this point, but your teammate Ivan Tedesco went down. Now, is there any chance whatsoever you coming back competing for a championship the full series?
No, I don't think so. You know, my decision is what I made, and we got a lot of good things coming up, but just pumped on that heat race, man. I want to get out there and do an awesome race like we had last year here with me and James.
Smiling from ear to ear, Ricky Carmichael, your winner, heat number 1.
There's plenty more great Supercross action coming your way on Speed. Life on the block with Barrett Jackson. See some of the world's coolest cars go up for bid at jaw-dropping prices. When there are this many zeros involved, things are sure to get heated. Barrett Jackson, Life on the Block, Monday nights at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific, only on Speed. James Stewart getting set to go racing. The reigning world champ and his mechanic Jeremy Albrecht right behind him, getting ready for heat number 2.
Always great there, you know, having the beginning of the season nerves a bit.
Let's head downstairs to Aaron Bates.
Well, guys, we touched base on all the factory riders that are out here this afternoon, but how about the privateers? Joe Aloff was telling me his situation and his story of coming up here to Canada, actually having to land a bike from a dealer, having to rent a van, drive an hour and a half in the snow to pick it up, bring it back, put on some new suspension, a new pipe, new triple clamps, and then tonight, after the race is all finished, he's going to have to disassemble the bike, send it back. I tell you what, the life of a privateer is not all it's cracked up to be.
When the gate dropped on heat number 2, number 7 disappeared, James Stewart.
Great hole shot by Stewart, just completely checked out, continued his dominance of winning every heat race that he's ever entered.
This one wasn't much of a competition either, as Stewart got comfortably out front. The attention focused more to the back of the pack, where David Vuillemin on the number 12 put a good charge on up through the field. But really, this one was all about James Stewart, who won convincingly. Here are the top 9 riders coming out of heat number 2, transferring on to the main event. Aaron Bates is standing by with a winner.
It's hard to believe that he's only got 2 days testing on his brand new 07 bike. James, blitzing fast out there. Is there anything that you're holding back that you still have to give for the main event?
Excuse me. Nah, feel pretty good. You know, I'm struggling through the whoops. They're so easy that I'm struggling through them. That's kind of funny, but just got to get out there and ride good. You know, I rode a little bit tight that time, so get out of here this race straight. The track's gnarly, so it should be a good race.
Smiling ear to ear, James Stewart, your winner, heat number 2.
Former World Supercross champions have included Chad Reed, American Heat boss as well as Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart. Find out who the next world champion will be when we kick off the season next.
Best rivalry.
Some other racing action from here in Canada. Looks like Jeff DeMent on the 43. He's going to get the whole shot out. Kyle Lewis is on that 23. Oh, look at Preston with a nice inside move on the number 11.
I tell you what, Ralph, these guys, there's a lot of rocks coming up right now. The 450 throws a lot of roost right here. It hurts.
And a very rocky racetrack. Not only do you get the roost, but it's a roost that's full of rocks. So you get peppered pretty good here. Coming to the checkered flag. Preston, he's going on to the main event. And Jeff DeMent will join him there. Now there was a huge crash at the middle stages of this. Watch Kyle Keast on the 112. Oh man.
That was interesting. He overjumped the finish line, hit some of the braking bumps, and his hand came off. Do you see that? And he was just, it was like freeze frame.
Oh,
like he was just.
What a ride, and what a great ride for Travis Preston as he's going on to tonight's main event. Jeff DeMent will join him there. On Wednesday night, pride, passion, and titles are all on the line in a best 3 out of 5 showdown settled on the quarter mile. It's a duel between heart and horsepower. Lose the race, lose your ride. Don't miss Pinks beginning Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific, only on Speed. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule of events here on Speed. Of course, a lot of great Supercross action coming your way. Supercross Lights from Toronto. Then we're heading west to Vancouver. We'll have the Supercross and Supercross Lights from there. And then it all kicks off in January, live from Anaheim 1, the biggest race on the Supercross schedule. Speed breaking Supercross ground once again. Let's touch base now with Aaron Bates with a story on one of the biggest names in Supercross.
As Ricky Carmichael makes his last appearance here in Toronto, he invited us for a little sit down so he could take us through some of his favorite career highlights.
The best memories to me, obviously, is, you know, my first win. The Supercross 125 at Atlanta. That's very special. It's still, when I go to that Atlanta, Georgia Dome, I get a very special feeling.
Oh my goodness, here goes Carmichael, a great leap. Checkers, Ricky Carmichael.
250 Supercross, that always comes to my mind when I beat Jeremy in 2001. It was unbelievable. I mean, he was the king of Supercross and still is. To kind of take it away and be the guy to finally beat him, you know, heads up for real. It was amazing. That's what we all worked for, and I was just glad to be the guy to do it.
Oh, Jeremy makes a little mistake. Carmichael to the inside. Incredible race.
Anytime you do anything for the first time, accomplish something for the first time, I think it's the most special. It's been an amazing ride. And to win a Supercross title on Suzuki was amazing for people to say it can never be done.
It's been 23 years since Suzuki has won an AMA Supercross Championship. Carmichael does it here tonight.
Last year was very special for me. I knew that it was going to be my last full season pretty much. So it was very easy for me in the off season, especially after Canada. I got my butt kicked there. I just had that motivation to go back and say, all right, I'm going to be ready for Anaheim, turn over a new leaf. And it was just easy for me to train, and the motivation was there, knowing that I'm going to make the best of my last opportunity. And I wanted to go out on top, and that's what I did.
And Ricky Carmichael is the AMA Supercross champion once again.
I think I've done enough. I don't know what else is left. I just want to really enjoy this season next year, and just reminisce on all the great times I've had, and at the same time still have a good time.
Make sure you tune in to see the Supercross Lights from here in Toronto Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Speed, December 9th. Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, and the rest of the big names getting set to go racing here in the Rogers Center. Main event time coming up. There's a Supercross staying north of the border at BC Place in Vancouver. Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, and Chad Reed will all be in action. Who will come out on top? Supercross in Vancouver next Sunday afternoon at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on Speed. Well, the last season just wrapped up in May, and here we are in Toronto, the Ant Mobile World Supercross GP round number 1 of the new season, main event time. And boy, is everybody been looking forward to this. Before we drop the gate, let's touch base with Aaron Bates with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, let me tell you, there has been a lot of talk about this track here in Toronto. Words like spongy, tacky, slick, deceiving, everything you could possibly imagine. The guys have even stated that this is possibly the most technical track out of all the tracks in the entire series. Take a look at this tricky little section coming in here. The rider obviously has a couple of different options, but the weird part about this one corner is that if they come in on the inside line, they pop over to the right-hand side. If they come in on the right-hand side, they're going to pop over to the left. What this means, they got to be aware of their surroundings at all time because there could be a collision in the air, and we definitely don't want to see that. But Chad Reed's word exactly was, there's only one rhythm section that they have to dial in, and if they can dial in that one rhythm section, they should be good for 20 solid laps.
Let's take a look at our Dunlop starting grid for this one here tonight. Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Chad Reed, the 4, the 7, and 22.
Yeah, now, when you get down here, even Jeff DeMint, the line's up 20th. I think that on the outside, he's still got a shot at the whole shot. Big, long straightaway, wide sweeping first turn. So look for maybe a chance of one of the guys further out pulling the whole shot.
The one thing about this starting line as we take a look at Ricky Carmichael is it is a long way down to the first turn.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They're going to get these 450s. They're going to be wound up pretty tight. They're going to be pushing wide, I think, in the first turn.
There's James Stewart.
Focused and as confident as I've ever seen him. We talked about earlier how the 3 championship contenders from last year, title contenders, they seem to be really loose. Right now, is to see, great place to judge where they're at with their, with their testing and all that.
Chad Reed all set, ready to go. Michael Byrne on the 26, which is 10 short of your birthday, which you just turned yesterday, the ripe old age of 36. Happy birthday to you, Jeff. We can't get through the show without throwing that out there and embarrassing you a little bit.
Michael Byrne on the new Rockstar Suzuki team there had a great heat race, and should be interesting with the helmet cam. Hopefully he's up there mixing it up.
32nd board is up. She'll tip it sideways, make way off the racetrack, and we'll be underway here with the opening round of the Ant Mobile World Supercross GP.
When this gate drops, it's going to be loud. This 450 is going to be wide open.
Here we go. Comes out with the early lead with the whole shot. Carmichael was quick. So is Chad Reed on the number 22. Reed on that brand new team backed by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. And he's giving them something to cheer about here tonight.
These guys opted the triple here outside. This can be a good race. These guys are both pretty fired up.
But the big question is where's James Stewart? And it looks like James is buried back in about 8th position. There he is right behind Vuillemin and his teammate on the 15, Tim Ferry. Meanwhile, Nick Way on the 27 starting to open up a bit of, oh, down goes Carmichael. Carmichael caught a top block, he's down. And here comes Chad Reed right alongside of Nick Way. And Reed puts the number 22 out front, the Yamaha rider into the lead.
Stewart moving up into 4th now also. He's got through some of that traffic nice and clean. He's got a little gap here in his teammate Tim Ferry in 3rd.
Chad Reed now heads to the big triple and skies inside the Rogers Center.
Definitely not how Ricky Carmichael wanted to start this off.
Watch the 4.
Comes down on the inside. Chad Reed cuts across hard. Carmichael clipped that tough block just with that left peg and just catapulted him off the bike. Not the way you want to start.
Reed worked so hard in this offseason, says he's only running the Supercross Tour, really feels fresh and ready to go chase down and win another world championship and an AMA title. Let's go back and take a look at the Progressive Direct whole shot replays the gate drop.
Like I said, you got Nick Way, which was coming from a little bit further out right here. The inside guys get on the brakes hard, and Nick Way just keeps it in the middle. Comes out on top with the whole shot award. That was a good start.
Now Reed is out front. There's Way, and here comes Ferry and James Stewart with him. How about Tim Ferry? What a great run he's putting in, keeping his teammate, the reigning world champ, behind him.
Man, you can see how loose that dirt's getting in the first turn, and on these 450s, which typically get a lot of traction, there's just tons of wheel spin. They got so much power.
You see James Stewart on the 7th. He made the comment, Jeff, that maybe this track is almost too easy and that he might be riding a little too hard, overthinking maybe?
Well, it was easy in the beginning. There was a lot of traction. Now it's getting really rutted up and really loose. A lot of rocks coming up. It's going to make it a whole lot more difficult.
Ferry takes a peek over. He knows his teammate's right there. And Ferry's not going to give the reigning world champ an inch. Here comes Stewart right alongside of his teammate. He's got the spot. So nice. Stewart is up to 3rd. On board with Michael Byrne. You're sitting in 8th place right now.
This is just before the finish line here coming up.
Reed back out front, running his best lap at a 51 flat.
James Stewart was a 51.5, so Chad Reed's definitely putting in some good laps. It's great to be out front in a clean track.
But earlier on, they were 2 seconds quicker than that. Is that the deterioration of the racetrack? Here's Stewart challenging Way. Is the track going away, you think?
Oh, definitely going away. That's going to make it a whole lot tougher. The triples right there, they're just kicking you up so high that, I mean, they're just got a big ruts, big cups in the bottom of those.
Stewart puts the move on Nick Way. So he's up to 2nd.
The race is on, Ralph.
Let's find, he's just about 4 seconds behind Chad Reed. 20 laps, the length of this event. Ricky Carmichael, meanwhile, has fallen all the way back to 11th. The reigning AMA Amped Mobile Supercross champion is in 11th place. Remember, he's not running for the points this year, but he still doesn't want to finish in 11th. Here he is, the one they call GOAT, greatest of all time, 15 titles he has won on 2 wheels.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sure Ricky'd like to be out front, but I'm sure he's having the time of his life, too, right now, riding through the pack, just doing the best he can.
Reed, a little bit of a bobble there.
He can't afford to bobble too much right now. He needs to get out and put in perfect laps to the end of the main event, because in timed practice, Stewart was definitely the fastest by just a little bit, and he can't be giving any of it up.
And Stewart has turned a lap in the 52nd range, so even though the track is deteriorating, he has still run a 1.5 seconds quicker than Chad Reed, and here he comes.
He's about the distance of the whoop section there, but he seems to be tripling into this corner, doing some good things. And one right here sits down and triples this in the middle of the rhythm section. You can't see it from this angle, but there's ruts all over the place.
What's the advantage? You talked about him sitting down. What is that doing?
Well, that's gonna compress the suspension. Bike's gonna get a little bit more height, so he takes off and lands at the proper angles.
You can see James came in at a much different angle into that corner. Same thing here. Much different line than what Chad Reed is running right now. And Reed has picked up his pace. He's dipped down to the 52nd range. He's about 1/2 second slower than James at his best.
Yeah, that last time there, Stewart was only 0.2 of a second faster than Chad Reed that lap.
Boy, Reed so close to those tough blocks along the edge here, and we saw how that bit Ricky Carmichael earlier.
Yeah, if a tough block kind of is just sticking out a little bit, you hit a rock, it's going to hook you and throw you down.
They're not wired into the ground. They're not driven in with stakes. They're just sitting out there, and they will cushion the blow if you fall into them. But those tough blocks can easily take you down.
That is for sure. Ooh, right there. Stewart was so close to that downed rider. Almost jumped over him.
Well, he's closing in on it, too. Stewart is definitely closing in on Chad Reed. Chad Reed on the new San Manuel Band of Mission Indians back to Yamaha, doing his best to stun the reigning world champion to see if he can pick up a win here in Toronto. Reaching the halfway point in the opening round here inside the Rogers Center. Stay with us on Speed. We're coming right back. Round of the Ant Mobile World Supercross GP. Chad Reed out front early here, but you can see the green Kawasaki number 7 of James Stewart closing in. A bit of a bobble. Stewart sits in second, and the reigning world champ trying to catch the 22.
Yeah, now you are definitely at a disadvantage when you're the leader, when you're coming through the lappers. Maybe it's the first time that they seem to flag. It's always easier for the guy in second to get through the lappers, so this is going to help Stewart close up to Reed.
We talked about how soft this track is. Is that an advantage for Reed or Stewart? Which one of them rides better in this type of dirt?
You know, I think both of these guys are on tonight. These guys are in it for the whole championship as opposed to Ricky Carmichael, so they're definitely wanting to get this off to a good start.
Oh boy, here he comes.
He's
James
close.
Stewart can smell it from here.
The crowd is into it.
Both of them riding in the 50-second range, and Stewart is that'll hold him up. Tyler Evans in the 53. A little bit of contact there, and you can see what that cost him in time.
Yeah, I think Evans was just trying to get out of the way, but he just basically stopped. And Stewart didn't anticipate him to slow down that much.
Let's see what happens with Tyler Evans on the 53, the yellow bike.
Yeah, see, he just basically stops right there, and he was kind of in the middle of the track. I think he was anticipating Stewart going to the inside, but Stewart was on the outside.
Meanwhile, Chad Reed doing a great job. He hasn't made many mistakes, Jeff, and that's been one of his keys to leading so late into the race here tonight. Halfway in, and Reed putting together a great show.
Well, Reed's been here before. He's won numerous Supercross events.
Oh, that could have cost him a little bit there. That rider right in the middle. Chad Reed, one of the most driven athletes you'll find anywhere.
Yeah, he was not happy. He was so close to the championship last year. And
Aaron.
Well, guys, take a look behind me here. Nathan Ramsey, not the way he wanted to start off the season, that's for sure. I ended up talking to his mechanic and him, in fact, and he's got his shifter lever. It's all bent up, but it's because he landed on another rider out there. They're trying to get it straightened out, but right now things aren't looking good. In fact, it looks like they took the original one off, and they're just going to replace it and start fresh and see what happens. Hopefully, we can get out there and get going again.
Ramsey, the teammate to our race leader, Chad Reed. This team just getting put together this season. They brought Larry Brooks in, brought him over from the KTM organization to help be the team manager for this new organization. This gap now between first and second has opened up. Chad and the group went out and they picked up the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. They picked up Nike, some big sponsors. They've got full factory support from Yamaha. These guys are going to be a big player this season.
Definitely. Now, just to give you guys an idea of how bad the track is deteriorating and how much the lappers can get in the way, these guys are 2 to 3 seconds off of their best times right now.
Jeff, one of the things I'm interested in watching here tonight is James Stewart in the past would push so hard at all costs, no matter what was going on, to get the win. Michael Byrne has a problem. Our helmet cam has come to a stop.
Yeah, that's not good. He's actually facing the opposite direction here as you see the leaders go by.
Here's Reed. And there's Stewart.
Stewart
is right back in. He's closed back in. The point I was going to make is Kawasaki has told James Stewart, we're not so concerned with race wins as much as we want the championship this year.
I think Stewart's interested in something else than that.
Oh, it almost worked.
Reed takes a look back even. Hey, Reed didn't back off. He didn't stop and wait for it. He powered through, said, if you're going to hit me,
we're both going down.
Yeah, we're both going down. Very exciting.
Well, let's see how hard James Stewart pushes it here tonight. If you go big picture racing, a second here in Toronto is not a bad thing for a guy with the speed of a James Stewart. He doesn't want to risk taking him and Chad Reed out in the opening round, I wouldn't think.
Stewart doesn't like to lose. They're going to take this one all the way down the end if they have to. Chad Reed definitely has something to prove to everybody, prove to himself that he can win this championship again.
A win here tonight for Chad Reed will be huge as far as a momentum shift heading into the new season.
Hey, Chad is full of energy tonight. I mean, he has put in some great laps where last year he was a little bit off the pace. He said he's more rested now. He feels better on the bike, more energy. He's proven it.
And he has made the commitment to only run the Supercross season. And that's all he's got to focus on. So he's ready to go. Carmichael, by the way, has worked himself all the way up to 4th. What an impressive run.
Yeah, after being 16th after that first turn crash there.
But this is what everybody in the Rogers Center is watching. Chad Reed and James Stewart.
It's a weird position for Reed here because you got 6 to go. Is he going to attack right now? Is he going to wait till the final laps? You never know. Stewart's definitely closing in.
I think Stewart will get you whenever the door opens. He doesn't necessarily care which lap it is because I think he feels confident enough that once he gets around you, he can check out. But he's got to close the door on him. I mean, Reed is riding great tonight, Jeff, and if he can keep this up all year, he's going to be a real player. This is a battle for 3rd. Carmichael on the 4th. The yellow Suzuki has caught Tim Ferry, Stewart's teammate. That's for 3rd. Give the position to Ricky Carmichael. Back to the lead battle now. And here they come.
It seems like each one of these guys have a place where they're faster than the other on the track. Stewart is really quick just before the finish line right here.
You can hear the crowd coming to line. Stewart around the inside.
What an aggressive move. He got in the middle of the turn and actually went for the front wheel. Reed stood it up just enough to keep from having Stewart take him out.
Now, can Chad Reed mount the challenge back?
Oh, he wants this bad. You don't like to lead the whole main event and then give it up. Watch this here.
Oh, here he comes! Almost! Big handful of throttle. Reed back to the inside. Can't get it done. And this Rogers Center crowd is on their feet and cheering. Here he comes.
Here you go. Nice move by Chad Reed. Just got a great drive coming across the start. These guys, they're going for it.
Stewart back at him.
And nobody goes down. Amazing riding by both of these guys.
Oh, contact right there. Reed's front wheel, right in the back wheel of Stewart, and he's on the track.
Stewart, no, he's back.
Oh, and Stewart goes down. He makes contact. Is that Preston?
Preston, and he's hurt.
Hey, he is hurt. Stewart is going to continue on. Carmichael now moves to 2nd.
I don't even think Stewart looked when he came back on the track. They got together off the takeoff. Woo! What action up here in Canada.
What a beginning to the season, and let me tell you something, the momentum this rider here is going to feel going in to Vancouver and then on to Anaheim is going to be huge. Let's see what happens between Travis Preston and James Stewart.
Right there, Stewart jumps off the side of the track, lands way over here off the track, doesn't even look, just comes on. Oh, that is a hard hit for both those guys.
Preston just jumped right into him.
It's unbelievable that Stewart didn't get hurt on that.
James Stewart now sits. I thought he would have fallen. Yeah, he is back into 3rd. Carmichael is up to 2nd. Reed is your leader still with 2 to go.
The fans up here in Toronto are loving this. This is one of the most exciting main events we've seen.
Reed still leading. Here's the battle for 2nd. Carmichael and Stewart now have it at it. Stewart's thinking, I need the points. Carmichael's going, I'm enjoying this. I'm going for 2nd. Remember, Carmichael's got nothing to lose.
Less than a lap and a half to go, too, and Carmichael's back by.
You got to wonder how much this is going to be a blow to James Stewart as he came into this round, everybody was saying, this is really James Stewart's season to lose.
Well, we've said numerous times that he's so fast that the only person that can beat him is himself. And,
is he beating himself here tonight, or is it just that Reed and Carmichael are riding so hard here tonight?
Man, that is tough to say. Reed has put in an unbelievable race tonight. He took it back and forth. He's for real right now.
That's my feeling. I don't think we can say that James Stewart beat himself here tonight. I think he's come here and ridden hard. I just think these guys have upped their game. Chad Reed is prepared and ready to win a championship, and if he rides like this all season, he's going to be tough to beat.
Oh, this is a huge boost for Chad Reed. Man, this is a great start for us. It's going to be a great season.
Chad Reed came into Toronto, a large contingent from the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. His new sponsors came all the way to Toronto to watch him. And Chad Reed's going to give them a victory in the opening round of the Ant Mobile World Supercross GP.
What a main event.
And Ricky Carmichael, in his final appearance in Toronto, will be on the second step of the podium. And how about James Stewart? He's third, and he knows if he wants to win a chance, and I think he's dinged up. I think Stewart is dinged up and gutted out just to finish third here tonight.
Look how happy Chad Reed is. That's
Stewart
amazing.
is down. I'm telling you, he's dinged up.
Foot, definitely. That's the right side. That's where Preston hit him.
And there's Preston to check on him. Preston apparently not happy. I'm not so sure he was checking on him, the way he grabbed his helmet like that.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty dangerous move. Stewart didn't even look to his right. Oh, he's mad. He's
hot.
definitely hot.
He's definitely hot. Wow. Well, we told you, everybody was so looking forward to the new Supercross season getting underway, and the best three riders in the world didn't disappoint. We'll come back to talk to our winner. Still on their feet, and who could blame them after that thrilling main event, the opening round of the Ant Mobile World Supercross GP. Let's show you the results of how this one finished up. And they lapped everybody up to Nick Way.
Yeah, that was a pretty incredible race that Reed and Carmichael coming back after that crash. The crowd here they're loving it. It was an unbelievable main event.
Well, Aaron, I know Chad Reed came in here fired up, and I'm sure he's just pegging the rev limiter now.
Well, I don't know if it gets any more action-packed than that, especially at the very first round. Chad, you had mentioned earlier that you are coming in fresher than you've ever felt before, and you've got an entirely new attitude. What made the big difference this year?
Just having fun, you know. It's I honestly didn't expect this tonight. I just came here. I wanted to be in the battle, get a good start, and battle. You know, Ricky was there, and we battled, and man, I was so bummed that he crashed. And I love racing that guy, man. I got to take my hat off to that guy. He's a true champ. He races clean, and I respect that, and we do it back. You know, it's but it's nice to get a win, especially at the first round. Totally unexpected, and man, we got a lot of work to do, but it's a good start.
Now, from last year to this year, a dramatic change. You did not have this spark in your eye, and definitely not this attitude. You said you filtered out sort of the badness in your life, but what was the big difference that made you get up here on the podium with this first place finish?
Man, just like I told you guys, I went back to Australia 2 months and had a time of my life. I let my hair down and lived life to the fullest and came back when I was ready. I wasn't coming back until I wasn't ready, whether it took missing these races or not, because man, I love this sport. It's gave me a life, and I didn't want to carry on the way I was carrying on. But with the help of L&M Racing, man, we turned things around, and my Yamaha was great tonight. All the guys at San Manuel, you know, they hooked it up too. I'm bound, Bridgestone, Scott, Thor, Parts Unlimited. Man, I'm just so happy. My new mechanic Paul, and give me a little fresh air. It's nice.
Well, it was deep into the season before Chad Reed got a win last year. The opening round this year, he's on the top step of the podium, and of course, because of that, he leads the points by 3 over Carmichael as we head on to Vancouver next weekend. But Ricky is second in the points, second tonight, standing by with Aaron.
And I tell you what, this guy is such a true champion. He's still smiling ear to ear, even after a crash like that. Ricky, you yourself said it. What a race it was.
Yeah, it was a great race. You know, for me, I came from behind. Dang, just bummed that I fell, man. You know, Nick Way got the whole shot, and I was behind him. It was cat and mouse and this and that, and Chad was up my rear, and I was just trying to get by, and I knew I would be in good shape, but I squared him up in that first turn and hit my handlebar in the hay bale, but I'm really happy with the way I came from behind.
Now, it seems like there's a lot of camaraderie going on between you guys at this point, but we all know at the end of the season when things start getting fired up, it's not that way. But for you, this season is not the same because there's no more pressure on your back.
Nah, there isn't, and you know what, I got second here last year, and I ended up winning the AMA title, so it's off to a good start. I feel a lot more comfortable this year. My fitness is great, and Suzuki is running awesome. Really proud with the way they've been working.
Well, if this is anything in store for what we're going to see for the rest of the season, we're definitely in for a treat.
Well, there's a lot more great Supercross action coming your way here on Speed. Here's a look at our Toyota moving forward schedule of upcoming events, and the one to really pay attention to is the bottom one on the screen. Anaheim 1, the biggest event on the Supercross schedule. We're going to do it live for you the first Saturday in January as Speed once again pushes the envelope of Supercross coverage. Well, let's take one more look at the wild main event for James Stewart.
Yeah, he gets tapped in the back there by Chad Reed. He jumps off to the side of the track, doesn't even look. Preston lands off the finish line straight into him. Definitely has something wrong with that right leg.
James gets up, gets going, finishes third, and then just collapses. But then here comes Preston. At first, I thought he was checking to see if he was okay, but when he grabbed the helmet like that, that's not checking on your buddy. That's letting him know you're not happy with him.
Yeah, and they even have to hold Preston back there a little bit. He was pretty upset.
Well, let's touch base right away now with Aaron Bates, who is caught up with James Stewart's mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely, you guys. A wild ride it was, and we're trying to get the official results, everything that's going on down here. But J-Bone, Jeremy Albrecht, which is James Stewart's mechanic, you've got more information than we've got. What's going on with him at this point?
Well, a little bit that I have, he hurt his ankle. He actually jumped off the track, and we tried to come back on the track. He saw yellow flags waving, so he thought he could get back on the finish line. And then when he pulled out there, Preston jumped right over the finish line, landed right into him, and hurt his ankle, T-boned him right there. So he got up, and he was cruising around, but he was hurting really bad, and he ended up third. And then right at the end, he just fell down, and that's why he's not up here. He's actually hopefully going to get his ankle checked out. So we'll see how bad it is tonight.
James Stewart's going to go under further evaluation, but we were hoping a speedy recovery.
Yep, thanks. Me too.
The entire Supercross season wraps up in fabulous Las Vegas in May, and we will be there. We hope you join us all throughout the season as we work our way out to the Nevada desert, and what a season finale that will be. Well, the crowd here enjoyed a great night of racing, and it ends with Chad Reed taking the win and the points lead.
Yeah, and Carmichael has a great finish after a crash there on about the third lap, ends up second place.
Ricky Carmichael just beating James Stewart. What a gritty performance by Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart mixed it up. Definitely was the fastest guy, caught Reed, but Chad Reed showing just how hungry he is for another title. Did not give Stewart an inch. They banged bars, what, 4 or 5 times? Pretty awesome ride.
And now we got to find out just how hurt is James Stewart as the series loads up and heads west to Vancouver and BC Place, where we will be next week, and we sure hope you join us there. A big night of racing here in Canada. For Aaron Bates and the birthday boy, Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from the Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, and congratulations to the first round winner, Chad Reed.